structure. Sometimes it's full of screw cancel culture. We like movies, smart to say the least. Living One Piece, man, really loves to eat. Everybody knows the show is really in talent, man. You know what time it is. Let's go, Geek Talk.
Hello and welcome. We're returning to Geek Talk with Tyler. I do apologize for the little time lapse we've had in our episodes, but I just had to take care of some personal projects, some things I need to work out in my social life, and just life overall. But now I'm happy to be back talking with you, or I guess having you listen, if we're going to play semantics about it, as we discuss the first episode since our break, and one that actually reflects this month, that is October, and by extension Halloween. Our first episode is going to be Villains, the Necessary Evil. Necessarium malum, or the necessary evil, refers to when something or someone may not be desirable, but it is ultimately required for a greater good in order to achieve a certain goal. Real-life examples of this would include warfare, taxes, and dieting. Warfare exists because, while no one really enjoys going to war, it proves necessary because it often protects one's country, its citizens, interests, or well-being. Taxes are necessary because they're necessary to fund certain government services like healthcare, education, and law-abiding citizens like the police. And dieting is rather a necessary evil in order to do things such as maintaining and promoting good health. And with that out of the way, why don't we get started? Villains are in fact a necessary evil due to the fact that if there's no evil, then can we really say what's good? But there's actually more to that. Sometimes villains kind of help the origin of the story. You'll definitely see that in Gargoyles, where the main antagonist, David Xanatos, uses his connection to buy the remains of the Manhattan Castle and by the remnants of the Manhattan Clan, and thus starts the series. Even further, we can definitely see how his actions help the Manhattan Clan protect their new castle, that is, the city of New York. And if you would like to follow more of their series, make sure you add hashtag KeepBingingGargoyles to follow for all of your Gargoyles extension. Kung Fu Panda 2 is another great example of this. Due to miscommunication and misinterpretation, Lord Shen slaughters, most of the pandas in that panda valley, thus creating Po's origin, and thus ultimately provides inner peace for himself. Hazbin Hotel is another great example of this, but it's really more of an environmental thing. Now, I know that's kind of a stretch for a city-based thing, a hell-based thing had a hell of a day today, where the angels and Adam were sent to hell to kill the sinners due to the fact that it's already overpopulated. Even though, despite the fact that Charlie, the daughter of the devil, wants to rehab sinners so they can go to heaven. But this is a very different series than what most are associated with, due to the fact that heaven has very strict guidelines of what is and what is not allowed into heaven. Then, of course, there are series like One Piece, where I guess both the necessary sides of evil are in fact necessary for one reason or another. The world government seems to maintain their peace by any means necessary, and in fact do so by protecting the world from the so-called evil pirates. But what makes them evil is that they serve under the villainous celestial dragons. But on the other hand, the pirates actually prove as to show the benefits of the world's government. So take it or leave it, the villains are in fact necessary evil. And this has been the very first episode of Geek Talk with Tyler for our Halloween month. Stay tuned for more wonderful episodes. If you like this episode, feel free to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. But no matter what you decide to do, remember that very important thing: stay geeky.